And hi, folks. I'm Tom Vick. Yes, it's a wasp cam again. The Alexandria Synod Broadcasting cam there on Texas Street. They love it there. So I'm sure they got a nest over there somewhere. Got some clouds in the sky. It's partly cloudy. 9071 dew point here at AEX. And that means the cloud base is probably about 4,000 feet above the surface, looking North Rapids Regional Medical Center cam. We thank those folks definitely for that. Look at the beautiful view and scenery that we're seeing on that camera as we look north toward the Curtis Coleman Bridge. Natchitoches 93 degrees as we look over towards Sibley Lake. Once again, we see the cloud bases, probably about 4,500 feet there around Natchitoches. It is hot up in that area. Near Leesville, you're 91 with still partly cloudy sky, a little cirrus deck in the distance there. And of course, we see the Leesville cam. We thank the folks in Leesville for their support of Sinlaw weather. Let's go to the radar. There's nothing out there showing up. We see scattered showers and thunderstorms kind of to the south of us, outlining a boundary. You can kind of visualize that kind of pattern down in this particular area. We have some dry air which is coming in on the back side of former Hurricane Beryl, which of course was a tropical cyclone as it moved through East Texas. We got the info, we got the tornado outbreak across this part of the world and even points northeastward from that. On the back side of that, just like a mid-latitude non-tropical system in the winter or fall or something like that, we get the backside of it. And so that backside has been bringing in some dry air from the north and from the northeast just a tad, and it's worked into the coastal waters and ran out of gas. So that's where the stalled boundary is right now down in that area. But this dry air has pushed the convection offshore, but eventually I think what's going to happen is that we will see a resurgence of the moisture return as we get back to a typical July pattern. All right, let's check out some other things. Satellite and radar. This, of course, showing some high pressure now behind still identifiable surface low as it tracks on up in toward Buffalo, New York vicinity at this time. This has a little front, and I think the front, as I said, pretty much down here and pretty well stalled out. Not a cold front anymore, but and again, the pattern favors that to journey back to the north here for the weekend. Into the weekend, which will increase rain chances. Let's get you started in the morning, 8 o'clock for your back to work forecast there. And even before that, we see a pretty good forecast. No issues, no storms or anything like that. Likewise, for your commute, we start to see with daytime heating a little bit of action to the south now is able to work up, especially across our southern parishes for the day tomorrow, but it will still be scattered in those local areas. And I have a local rainfall product coming up in just a minute to detail those numbers for you. And then as we go into the remainder of the forecast there through your evening errands and entertainment, still limited rain chances. Friday morning, back to work. Things are looking pretty good at that point, but the rain chance increases on Friday, though. So here are your Thursday rainfall pattern numbers. It will be a PM timing, and I've got the highest chance across the south. Southern parishes, about 30 to 50% there, running through Beauregard, Allen, Evangeline, and St. Landry parishes, heading north into the middle parishes here. Looks like Vernon, Rapides, Avoyelles, about 20%, and then 0 to 10 for our northern tier of parishes, including Sabine, Natchitoches, Wynn, Grant, LaSalle, Catahoula, and Concordia. If you get rain, it will generally be less than a ½ inch, but a few locations, a precious few, could get somewhere between an inch or 2 inches to the south. You can get those heavy downpours from these summer thunderstorms, as you know very well. That could happen tomorrow. That would be certainly the exception and not the rule. All right, now let's go to your tropical interest areas, courtesy of Atlas Home Services. Yeah, we've picked up one from the National Hurricane Center here. This is a 10% risk there over the next 7 days. So things are fairly quiet right now. In fact, I think we're entering a quiet period. One of the reasons for this is you can see the Saharan dust layer coming in. Now what this does is it inhibits generally tropical cyclone formation in the area that it's over. So you can see that it's pretty good coverage of that across the Atlantic basin, where the hurricane, the tropical systems, tropical storms would generate this time of year. So one thing that it does is these are patterns are usually associated with dry air, so it kind of leads to some dry air. Tropical systems really like the sauna type air in order to form the moisture. So this is kind of contrary to that. Another thing this does is it lifts the trade wind inversion, which makes it more difficult for tropical systems to form and that kind of thing. So those are a couple of reasons why I think we're pretty good over the next 7 to 10 days, maybe even 10 to 14. I don't know. I'm kind of stretching that maybe. So I'll safely say 7 to 10 days. I think we're okay from the tropics. So I think we can rest for a bit, take a breath before, as you know, almost certainly there will be another active period, probably in the not too distant future, probably before we get out of July. We may see certainly some more action there. All right, let's go to your 7-day forecast, get more local with it. For Thursday, there's the average of 20%. I detailed that parish by parish earlier, more south, less to the north. But then setting in Friday will be a normal July pattern. I start off with 50-50 Friday. It looks like the best chance of rain, as we might see a little flurry of scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll settle back to typical July 30 to 40% Saturday, all the way into the middle of next week. So this is a pattern that's going to kind of set in. Computer models or forecast models are advertising the high pressure ridges that squash the convection, prevents it from developing. Well, it's going to wax and wane. So there'll be times when we see a little bit more influence from it, a little bit less. And so that's pretty much the way things go for July. The temperatures will be fairly steady. We'll see highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. And again, that is July, folks, in Louisiana. And it is summer, and we can expect it. All right, that's all I've got for you. Nick Mickels will be back with you in the morning. I'll probably see you again sometime tomorrow as well. Take care. Thanks for your support. Have a great evening. And, of course,